Alright, what up YouTube? I'm super dirty. I've been working, trying to get as much work knocked out as getting a differential change on the Turbo X. So far, I'm just working on the side. So I got exhaust out, sway bar link out. I'm working on getting this axle out now on the passenger side rear. So all I have to do is do the same thing, replicate the same thing to the other side, and the diff will drop right out. The struggle bus is real though, guys. I'm working on the floor, uneven ground, gravel, it's all fucked up. But gotta work with what you got, right? So get as much of it done until I can find some way to work out of with the car. But yeah, just gotta get this axle right here out now. I'll come back over here. I'm gonna get those axle boots changed too. Maybe I'll order them today. I'm gonna get this side right here knocked out, get this axle and whatnot out, which would be super easy. The sway bar's already out. So I'll just disconnect the shock on this side, the lower control arm, drop it down, get the upper control arm off so I can pull the axle out. Axle nut's already loose. Then I'm just gonna have to go into the car and work on getting the front up off the ground, and then releasing the drive shaft. And then, you know, 1, 2, 3, this differential drops right out. So we're right there. I mean, if we don't get it done today, it's kind of cold, then I get it done another day. I'm not really driving the car like that right now. So, and maybe when I'm all said and done, before I put the exhaust on, I get a cold start with the open pipe, with the open exhaust like that. That'll be pretty cool. So yeah, let me get back to you. So when I'm working outside, I just like to put all the bolts back, because one, shit will just drop on the ground and get lost in the dirt. You can't really find it. It's annoying. Two, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this today, so it is getting kind of cold. I'm gonna try and get to the other side, get the other side's axle out, and then we'll just start removing some drive shaft bolts. I'm thinking about instead of getting the front side on jack stands, dropping the whole differential, removing one side of the drive shaft, and then when I drop the differential, I should be able to get to the top side of the drive shaft. So let's see. Starting by removing the shock from the bottom of the hub, then I'm going to get out the lower control arm to drop the spring. Is that the lower control arm? I guess. And then the trailing arm right here, I've been removing that because the upper control arm is like stuck in there. I was hammering at it, it wasn't coming out, so decided it would be better just to get it from here, from the bottom. So we're going to get all 3 of those done. We'll talk to you afterwards. All right, so now I'm just removing the lower control arm so I can drop the swing perch, and then we're gonna work on the trailer arm and then get the axle out, and we're gonna start attacking the drive shaft. All right, guys, so I got both the axles out. I'm debating on even putting this thing back together until I get the axle boots. Right here, spewing out axle grease. I think I'm just gonna put everything else back together, but then just wait to put the axles back to get the axle grease in or whatnot. But yeah, I just got this side out. So now it's just to attack the drive shaft, the prop shaft, and to lower the diff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower. I'll get under the car and show you. I'm gonna remove the ones that I can get to. 1, 2, 3, probably 4, 5. I'll remove these 5, which leaves 1 up top. And when I drop the drive shaft with the jack, when I drop the diff with the jack under it, when I lower it down, I'll get the one at the top. Yeah, so that's my course of action now. This prop shaft is probably bad. Depending on how long I have this car down. Maybe I'll just like take the prop shaft out too instead of putting it back, because the prop shaft is bad. It gets a vibration at like 90 miles an hour. So maybe I'll put it back, maybe I won't. Maybe it's too much things being replaced at once, but we'll see. I'll check back in with you guys in a second. All right, guys, so I got all 4 bolts out. I'm gonna start lowering this jack and see what happens. It's falling, it's falling. So I should be able to get to the, let's see, I should be able to get to the 2 top bolts now. Let's see. Yeah, I should be able to get to them pretty easily now. 1, and keep this one and the one on top. Let's see. So I had everything released, and I had been fighting with getting this the prop shaft off the front of this thing for a little while. I was hitting in the right spot. I was hitting it right here, trying to get it released. I turned it to try and get a better angle on it, and the whole front of it popped off. So now I'm gonna be trying to figure out which way the fucking prop shaft goes back in here to get it back on, but not gonna hang my head on that. Besides that, I also found a frayed wire in the Haldex plug. So it's the one for the car. Can't even see it good. But yeah, I kind of just popped it off like this. It needs to be repinned. So I have the pin down in there. This is off of the old, this is off the Cadillac. The Cadillac had a bunch of extra wires I chopped. So I have 2 choices. The gauge of this wire doesn't look right. So I could repin this, just run along the wire, get a better pin in there, solder it up, connect correctly, or I can chop the whole wiring harness and just solder each wire one by one to this connector. But the gauge of the wire is off. I would do that, but the gauge of the wire is off. So yeah, first things first, I gotta figure this out, and I'll figure this out afterwards. But the diff is out. A couple of hours on the ground. I change the Haldex unit over in the house and get it prepped up to go back in tomorrow. So see what happens. We're running out of sunlight here and it's getting real cold. So anyway, hey, I'm downstairs in the basement. So this is the one that came out the car. Had a bunch of fluid up at top. I don't know what was leaking out of the top of this thing. It was leaking from somewhere, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna get the Haldex unit swapped over from the Cadillac one, Saab one, and yeah. So this one is from a 2013 Cadillac XTS. It has 67,000 miles on it. I already changed the Haldex fluid or whatnot in it. I'll probably top it back off when it goes in the car. I gotta get those axle seals changed. I'm gonna change the axle boots before I put the car back together. I might even change the prop shaft because it did come off on the wrong side. Here already came off on the wrong side. And it had a vibration, a hard vibration at like 80, 90 miles per hour. And I think the transfer case is leaking up in the front. So I might have to just overhaul the whole all-wheel drive system. Not too mad about it. Like if this one has to be done, the car's gonna be a race car. So everything has to be in line. And I'm not gonna be driving the car every single day. So if it's sitting down for a while and I got to get all this stuff done, the only thing that sucks about all this, guys, is that I got to do it on the floor. So yeah, I wish there was a better way, but for right now, I'm just going to work with what I got. Let me get these Haldex units swapped over and I'll check back in. So I got the Haldex unit swapped over. There's nothing really behind it. I don't know if does this valve have to come out or whatever this is. I don't think so. All right, guys, I'm coming to you live from under the car. See, I was gonna wait to get everything put back together or whatnot before I finish this video. It's kind of been about a good amount of days, maybe about a week. You can see it's snow on the floor everywhere. It snowed a good bit here the other day. and I needed to order some axle seals for here. I was gonna try and jerry rig it, but they actually shipped out faster than I thought. These are the Cadillac axle seals. They had a little lip on them. I broke them down a bit. So I'm gonna try and well, I'm gonna change them before I put the axles back. But all this stuff is taking super long because of the coronavirus. So in order for me to actually get all this stuff, it's gonna take a little while. So I figured I'd just compile all of the videos that I had for the last few days into one and kind of just throw it out there until I get it back together. But so for right now, I'm waiting on these two axle seals on both sides. I gotta get the balls back in this thing and figure out how to put it back. If I don't figure it out on while I was in the car, then I'll leave it off like this, take down the whole drive shaft and do it outside the car. Probably still take it to the drive shaft shop and get it balanced or whatnot, make sure, because I had a vibration. Might replace the whole thing, who knows. And right here, I had to splice a wire. Well, not that kind of splice. This wire here, this black one, I had to de-pin it because it broke all the way at the connector here. So when I took this connector off, I de-pinned it, and I had the same connector from the Cadillac. So I re-pinned it with the new Cadillac connector, and then spiced and soldered and heat shrink this wire right here. Gave it a good tug, and it's in there tight. So hopefully that doesn't give me any issues. I don't think it will. I just laid on my back, just as I'm doing now, put this differential on my fucking stomach, and manhandled it up here. So that's how this diff got back in here. This is the joy of working on the floor. If I had a lift, this would be so much easier, but I'm gonna leave the car like this until I get the axle seals. I'm gonna get the axle seals in. I'm waiting for the axle boots as well, so I can make sure the axle boots ain't leaking grease. And I got some Haldex fluid in here. I'm gonna put some royal purple in here, some royal purple in the transfer case, royal purple in the tranny, get it all put back together. And the next thing I should be doing, if all is good, is coilovers. So I just wanted to give you guys my update from here. I'll put it all together and release this video tonight. But yeah, man, working outside and the coronavirus is slowing everything down really sucks, but I hope everybody out there is actually staying inside. I know somebody who died from it. I know somebody who had it. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys on the next. Get out from under this book. See you guys on the next update. This is how I'm working, guys. Peace out.